'Cause I'll save you. I'll save you.
Okay, this is the No Muzzle Podcast, Corner Talk TV. My name's Eddie.
And you already know who it is. It's that one nigga Nick.
And we got a special guest today. Please introduce yourself.
Samari.
Okay.
Hey.
We set the tone with SuperWoman because today is Women Appreciation Day on the No Muzzle Podcast.
Hey.
Yeah.
We just did that right now before it started. I didn't know that it was Women's
Nick was
Appreciation
mad.
Day.
Yeah.
I wasn't necessarily mad.
A little bomb. I just want to drop on
I
you.
was shocked.
He was
I
like,
was
this is what we doing today?
I was blindsided. I was blindsided.
You're not appreciating women today. Is that what it is?
I appreciate women every day.
He was about to pack up
sure.
and leave.
I ain't got nowhere to go. Don't worry. Don't worry. I would have been outside waiting for y'all to finish.
Oh, my God.
Dang.
Okay, Samari.
Yes.
Actress, model,
Yes.
singer.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit
Just
about yourself.
multifaceted.
Yeah, right? Like, what the fuck? What else, right? Tell me about yourself, please.
So many things. Yes, I do acting, music. In regards to both, though, I'm honestly trying to do everything within that, meaning like in music, songwriting, A&Ring, being an artist, creative directing when it comes to music, like, directing as well, being a writer, an actress, director, like literally everything. Like I don't just put myself in a box and say this is what I am. And for me, even entertainment is just a stepping stone to so many things I want to do.
The first thing you have to realize is there is no box.
Exactly. I'm saying.
There's no box to be put in. As long as you're keeping yourself, as I said earlier, multifaceted, you have all these different avenues of income, you have these different avenues of interest. One thing doesn't work, you have another thing. And if that thing doesn't work, you have something else. You're just constantly doing something and keeping yourself engaged, stimulated.
Absolutely.
So where does that path begin? What's first? Singing?
Well, for me, I kind of started off doing music, just writing in a notebook, freestyling, all of that. And then once I got a little older, like in, my teenage years, like 19, I took acting classes and fell in love with it. I've always known that I wanted to do both, though. Ever since I was like 5-6 years old, I've always known that I wanted to be in film, and that I wanted to do music. I think the reason why I want to do both is my ultimate goal is just to connect with people. Be that someone for people that they can say, hey, if she did it, I can do it.
Absolutely.
If she's trying to accomplish her goals and she did, like, I can do it too. Like,
yeah, like the everyday person, when they see someone else at the same level as them doing something bigger than themselves,
right.
It gives you so much inspiration. It's
for sure.
This person came from exactly where I'm at. They're standing exactly right next to me, and they're reaching for the fucking stars.
Right.
Why can't I?
Exactly. I mean, for me too, it's like I said, it's about connecting with people, like giving people something real. And we were playing SuperWoman, you know what I'm saying? Not that it's like, that I'm trying to be someone's like idol or anything like that. I'm not even comfortable with that term idol. But for me, I've been to so many shows, and I know that there's certain artists for me that they just inspire me so much, and that I, connect. Like when we all go through something in life, what do we turn to? Music, a lot of the times, or, we turn on a movie. And with all of those things, we connect because we're telling our story through our craft, whether it's a song or whether it's a film or series. It's telling a story. So if people can connect with that, or connect with me, like that's literally all I want.
It's just being relatable.
Exactly.
We're all just trying to relate.
That's the
I'm
word,
not
relatable, for
this
sure.
struggle,
Exactly.
So if let's say if you had to rate it, singing, modeling, acting, where would you rank them?
I knew this question was coming.
Yeah.
That's a difficult one. I think for me, modeling wouldn't be at the top of the list. I'm still trying to, be in my comfort zone when it comes to it. But if I had to choose, probably acting, I would say, is up there just a little before music. Again, that's even hard to say because I love both so much and equally, and I express myself genuinely through both. But the reason why I'm choosing acting is because when it comes to acting, I feel it's so much fun to play someone that you're not. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like I'm such a chill, calm person that it's fun to play someone mean or, gritty
Yeah, like
or
someone over exaggerated. You know, it's out
exactly.
of your
Like that
character.
to me is so much
Like
fun
the
and not
ultimate creativity, like
right.
becoming somebody else or getting a certain
Yeah,
role.
Exactly.
like
Yeah,
you know, a
yeah,
lot
for
of people
sure.
don't talk about it. You know, being an actor. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
it's the ultimate form of expression because
Yeah,
Exactly.
you
for sure. Yeah.
are literally pretending to be something that you're not.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
it's so crazy. I feel like us actors were insane for that because
For sure.
like you just said, you literally have to make believe that you're this person, and
yeah,
depending on what character you're portraying to be, it could be really deep and dark. So imagine you're just playing someone fucked up and you
yeah.
gotta be that
Like if
for
you're
some
like
time.
this happy-go-lucky person and you have a lot going on for yourself and you have a lot of positive things going on, how does that contrast when you get handed a script and it's like you need to be this person that has nothing? You know, you need to be this person that wakes up every morning and they're wondering why they have this life, you know? And then on the other side of that, you have, your music,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the actual acting gig to begin with,
Right.
and you're like, how do I channel this person, Like, how do I dig deep and how do I become this person who has nothing when I have all these opportunities going for myself,
Right.
you know?
I think everyone has their own process when it comes to that. For me personally, it's about kind of finding my zen a little bit, clearing my head. I wake up thankful every single day. Thankful to be alive, thankful to, have food on the table and, roof over my head and all of those things. I'm just a very, humble and thankful person at heart. But, when I have to portray those types of things, for me, the mindset that I have is I try to channel it by thinking about the people that don't have the opportunities I have
Mm,
and
it's a
putting
good place
myself
to
in
start.
their shoes, trying to see what that feels like. And, I mean, research as well. Always us actors do, we research whether it's
At
on
least the good
YouTube or,
ones.
right? Yeah, I mean, I would say that I just try to dig wherever I can find it, but
Have you
yeah.
taken excuse me. Have you taken those dives in acting? Like have you taken roles where you felt like a little challenge and stuff like that?
For me, the most challenging part is showcasing vulnerability. Like,
For
the
sure.
crying scenes. Sometimes they're extremely hard, which is funny because naturally I'm also an emotional person and,
Mm.
stuff like that. But for me, it's because I am a happy person, like 90% of the time.
You have to go to the dark
It's
Yeah.
side of
right. It's
things.
so difficult
To
because
that
we
ten
have to
percent.
Instant
Yeah.
channel that.
instantaneous. They're like, now you have
Well,
to be sad.
Exactly,
You have to cry. You
exactly.
you just lost someone important.
But you know what?
Feel
All
that.
that all that helps because while I was in my acting class, shout out acting rehab, Yuli Terrero, Esther,
She's
let's go.
um,
cold.
Let's go.
I just
all my
learned. Ooh, ooh.
acting crew, gotta love him, amazing teacher in class, by the way. But no, he himself and a lot of guests that he brings on, they teach us to, dig deep. And they'll say things like that, like, okay, imagine, you just lost the one person that you can't live without. Or, that they're in this situation. And when you are like, when your mind is not clouded and you really take it there and you're really imagining that, it starts flowing, like the tears and everything. But it does take a minute for some of us to to get to that part. It is obviously easier to kind of lean more towards other type of roles than the deep crying and
Yeah, I was about to
type
say
of
I can only
stuff.
imagine trying to get yourself in that
It's
headspace. Like
emotionally
fuck, fuck that.
exhausting.
From
Like
that
it's
perspective.
fuck
it's
that.
emotionally exhausting for
I'm
sure,
hungry now,
yeah.
Like let's go get some
You're
food. Let's
hungry.
go get some food
When
and shit
things
like
get emotional,
that.
I get hungry.
Yeah, facts, man, facts.
Why are we arguing? Let's eat.
Right.
Yeah, why are we talking about it? Okay, let's get into the music because you speak on acting and very deep and
Yes,
kind of
yes.
dark a little bit, but your music is A little more upbeat, I'd say.
For sure, for sure.
So tell me about the music.
Well, the music, as of lately, I haven't been recording too much for myself, although I'm
Okay.
still heavily involved with my team. Shout out La Nueva Liga. Um, I, do a lot of stuff with them, and we have amazing artists, onto in the label, which I work closely with, whether it's, songwriting or, helping kind of give pointers when it comes to performances and so much. But in regards to my own stuff, I am going into the reggaeton lane, so it
For
is a little
sure.
more upbeat for sure.
So tell me about I forget the name. The recent adrenaline, or how do you, it's in Spanish,
Adrenalina.
adrenalina. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes,
Tell me
yes.
about adrenalina, because that's a very that's a very like sensual and you know
Yeah, yeah.
the metaphor of vitamin and stuff like that. Tell me of about adrenalina. Like, what was the whole mindset behind it, and how you
Well,
got into
that
it?
one was a little challenging for me because when it comes to my music, I definitely do not try to be vulgar. I don't try to do too much either. I'm, trying to be more chill when it comes to
Is that
it.
the status quo that you're trying to keep? You don't want to bring any vulgarity. You just want to keep it at a
Yeah,
level
like why
For
middle.
why that
sure,
why that
for
why the
sure. Yeah.
conservativeness?
Not so much that it's conservative, but and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of like Nicki and Cardi, who are known to be very vulgar, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's just not so much my style. So
Okay.
I'm not going
You're
to.
putting your personality into your music.
Right. So I know I'm an actress, but I'm not gonna pretend to be someone that I'm not
You're
when
not,
it
yeah.
comes to my music in that
And that's a
aspect.
statement because being an
Right.
actor itself is based upon being someone you're not.
Outside of
Exactly,
You
yourself,
know,
yeah.
so the
exactly.
fact that you're continuing to be yourself in your
Yeah.
music, but then you're taking the steps to be someone else in acting,
Right.
it just shows your range.
Well, I always try to be authentic when it comes to both. You know what I'm saying? Like, even in those elements where, I am having to portray to be someone I'm not, I still try to bring a bit of authenticity to that. I try to bring myself regardless of what it is that I'm doing. But again, when it comes to the music, it's like that's just one thing for sure that I don't feel too comfortable doing just because I know how far I want to go and how I want to market myself, and that isn't a part of it.
It's understandable. Know the lane that you want to be in and stay in that lane.
Exactly, for
You know?
sure.
Tell me about the video, cause I saw the video. I saw it with Nick, right?
Yeah, we was
it
watching
Yeah.
it on the
very-
freeway.
Like,
You know, we was
Oh,
swerving
God,
through
oh,
the,
God.
we was swerving through traffic, watching the pills and the
Vitamina,
nursing.
like,
It
all
was
right,
like,
cool.
Oh
yo,
God, oh
okay.
God.
Tell me about the video. So how was that? Was it a lot of fun? Was it very awkward? You
I
know,
feel like
'Cause
that was a bit
I've
extravagant
never-
for your taste.
I never been a part of
Yeah.
that kind of stuff, so I can only imagine, like, like very kind of sexual kind of video, and
Yeah, for sure.
there's a point to it. So how was that on set?
It was a lot of fun for sure. Shout out to the whole, cast and crew who were in it. Thankful for everyone who was a part of that project. But yeah, no, it was fun. Again, it was challenging. Because of the type of clothing and just I'm talking shit on that record.
For sure.
And so it was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, we here. Like, it's not just me in the booth, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the camera on me and, like,
Guts.
you know
We
what
went
I'm
from
saying?
here to
Like,
here.
right. Like, oh, I'm filming a video to this? Like, who let me do this? But, ultimately, I really wanted to push myself to do it, though, to get out of my comfort zone, for sure. Because as we were saying earlier, for me, I feel like if you don't get out of your comfort zone, there's no growth.
Yeah, the
You
comfort
know?
zone will
So
kill you.
for me, that was a bit of showing a different side of me, showing the sensual side, just a different side, because I feel like there's so many layers to me, and even though I'm not vulgar, I'm still a woman.
You can
you know?
adapt to any situation that's presented.
Exactly. Yeah.
You feel
For
at
sure.
home wherever the hell you're at.
For the most part, yes. Yes.
Is there a lot of pressure being a woman in the industry?
Absolutely, absolutely, because I feel like a lot of us women get sexualized. You know what I'm saying? One of the reasons why I did that record is because, unfortunately, stuff like that sells.
Okay,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
I'm
saying?
playing into
My
it.
counter,
Playing
my
into it.
counter
Right.
question to all of that is, like you said, you had to do that because that's what sells.
Right.
What was the decision that you had to make to go ahead and do that? To sell yourself, to make this provocative, to do these
Right.
things that necessarily weren't a part of your character, but it helped you step outside of your comfort zone. But
Right.
how was it? Again, you act, you
Mhm.
do these things. Was
Right.
it an act? Or was it just a different side of your music?
I would say it's a different side. The decision that I made and why I decided to do the record is because it's a lot of metaphors in it, and I'm saying a lot of things with double meaning. So it's
Like
like
double entendres type thing.
right, like it's a sensual song, but it's not like extremely vulgar to where it's kind of like, oh god, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I mean,
So
it can be played on the radio.
right. So that's why I decided to do it, because I was like, okay, it's very sensual, and I know the video is gonna have its sensual elements. And again, it was about stepping out of my comfort zone, finding my sexy, owning it, and just trying to, again, like circling back to your question, is it difficult? Absolutely, because there are some things like where we don't feel like being all dolled up all the time, and hair and nails and
You want to
makeup
pull up
and
in some
heels
sweatpants and a
and
hoodie and feel comfortable.
right. So it's like,
That's your bag, though. You
but
like that
but
shit.
the
Hell yeah.
the fact that we have to be that while we're pursuing this industry, it's a real thing, and sometimes it is tiring for sure. And
It's like a marathon. You're
right,
continuously running, even if you're
exactly.
not going full sprint. You're in a jog.
Well, for sure, because I also feel like we have a lot more to prove. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, we have a lot more to prove to earn our respect
But
in
but
this industry.
but at the same time, this is like the renaissance for you guys right now. Like women, this is the best time for you guys,
Oh,
more than it
absolutely,
has
for
ever
sure,
been.
for
A
sure.
lot of
Women
women
are
can
killing it right now.
yeah, women are killing it, and they're coming up with nothing and spitting bars and getting
Yeah,
record
yeah, yeah,
deals,
yeah.
and these women, they're personifying the fact that like we don't need managers, we don't need men to manage us, we're
Exactly,
coming
yeah.
off from our regular everyday lifestyle, we're getting thrust into this world of record deals and stuff like that, and we're just speaking our truths about the medium between men and women
Right.
in the music industry, and the message that you're, at least from my perspective, trying to send is whether or not I have the experience to be here, I'll gain that just by attempting.
Absolutely, yeah.
And if I'm the beacon of light for other women in the darkness, let me be that lighthouse. And I respect that.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. No, we are definitely, in a time right now where women are killing it. And women are, holding the power right now. And it's so refreshing to see, because we haven't seen that. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But it still comes with its challenges, because they try to put women against each other. And
Yeah.
even so, like, you know
Yeah, I
Yeah, they
got a
do.
couple of questions. I'm,
Yo.
I'm
For
loving
sure,
the
for
fact
sure.
that you brought that up, because that
Okay.
just leads
the
into
fuck?
so much more shit.
Why women always fighting, man?
Right,
right.
I'm not gonna bring that up because that's something that we've already discovered. School, workplaces, we know that women in the same area generally they will fight each other and stuff like that. But
Right.
my general question is, in this industry, whether it be acting or making music, have you felt it's been like a cohesive process? Have you met other female artists and the vibe was open? We could talk. We could talk about the failures, and we could talk about the successes, and we could talk about where we want to take things. In this
Right.
You're a
industry as
podcaster,
women.
bro. Yo, I like
Okay,
it.
okay.
I like what you're saying. Go
So
ahead.
it's-
Go ahead.
I
So
have to ask the real questions.
Pot it up.
No, I've definitely dealt with a bit of both. Like, I've dealt with, cool women, amazing, powerful women who I can have real
Is
conversations
there like
with.
an animosity at all?
For
anywhere?
me, on my end, never.
Never.
Never. For
It's
me,
always been
I
open
feel
with
like
other women.
yes, for sure. For
dope.
me, like, for sure, because I don't see anyone as competition, because I feel like there's room for all of us. You know what I'm saying? I feel
sure.
like there's room for everyone to eat. And why not work together and empower each other instead of trying
Exactly.
to, tear each other down? And, like, for me, it's never that. I can't obviously speak for others, but, again, I've met amazing women along the way who empower me, who inspire me.
I mean, I feel like I'd put you on the spot by saying this right now. Is there anybody that you can think of, personally
That
right
I can
now?
think of who empower me.
Yeah.
Oh, so many, so many.
Just one or
A
two.
few of my best friends, Mia, she's an entrepreneur, one of my
Okay.
best friends since childhood. Grace,
Shout out to
one
Mia.
of my amazing friends, from my acting world. Maya, Esther, Brooke, so many.
Yeah,
When the
this
list
moment is for
goes on
Sound
and
y'all.
like a
We
on,
gotta
DMX song.
we
Go
Alexis,
gotta give a
ahead.
shout out to the
you know what I'm
friends.
saying? No,
You
so
know?
many. Like the list goes, on and on and on. Like there are just so many amazing women that I've met along the way who, like I said, I've become like sisters with, and who we just encourage each other and try to lift one another up. And
Doesn't it feel good when you have that like community?
absolutely,
You know, you're
absolutely.
not alone. You're with
Right.
other people who are going through the same things as you,
Yes.
and you guys can powwow and talk about this is where I failed and this is where I got a leg up. You know,
Right, right.
take what happened to me and you go further than me.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, like there just shouldn't be any hate. You know what I'm saying? Like for me,
It's
it's
just
kind of
all
like
progression and
why
growth.
hate? Like be happy for one another. If this
Mhm.
if my friends make it before I do, I'm clapping and I'm in their corner all the way. You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Because they deserve that, and I know my time is coming. But for me, I just leave it all in God's hands, and it's like whenever it's my time, it's gonna be my time. But in the meantime, I'm clapping for my people.
Understood. You know,
Right.
give your people their roses, man, because people don't put
Absolutely.
roses and give roses to people until they're gone. You
That's
know,
sad to think about, but it's true, unfortunately.
it is.
Wow, this really turned out to be a woman appreciation podcast.
Yeah, and he didn't
I
want
had
to
to
do
bring
it.
I had to bring it down and bring it
Right.
to a
yo,
ground level. You
fucking
know.
guy. Um, okay, but taking it away from that,
Right.
right? Let's bring it into dealing with men. What's
Mhm.
the negative part about dealing with a man?
um wow, so many things come to mind. No, well, one of the major things in this time and age, I mean, probably, since ever, but I feel like a lot of people don't know the difference between business and personal. They always try
Mm,
to mix the two. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
It's hard to find those people that you can just work with
Okay,
and get work
okay,
done. You know what
for
I'm saying?
sure.
It's not a, oh, this person is like, coming on to me, or anything like that. I would say those are the one of the biggest challenges for sure.
Okay. Uh,
I guess I'm gonna hold all my
drawing
questions after the interview. I'm not gonna say anything.
drawing the line, basically, right?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What you talking about? What you holding back?
Nothing. I'm gonna ask questions that I have for the interview, but like that involve this, what she's speaking about right now. But the fact that you're talking about this right now, I feel like you're covering everything. So there's no need for me to say anything.
No, no, no.
Ask
Get you.
away. Ask
Let's
away.
see. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what you're talking about. Let's go. No muzzle, man. There's no muzzle shit, man. Let's
It's the
get
No
straight to it.
Muzzle podcast.
Yeah.
Uh
So
oh.
just going back to what you were saying right now, just run me back through what you were saying right now. You know,
Drawing the line.
drawing the
The
line.
Yeah.
negative
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
dealing with a man is
The
uh
negative part about dealing with men in the industry is that when you are a good looking woman, like automatically it's kind of like, hey ma. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Okay.
like a lot of people don't know how to be professional,
So like,
unfortunately.
okay, so here my question is,
Mhm.
for that, it's like when you're dealing with a male engineer
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
someone who's working on, the music or the product that you put out,
Right.
like what have you had to do personally where you had to go, hey, this is business, like I'm not gonna do anything beyond what has been shown. I need you to work on my stuff.
Right.
You know.
Well, thankfully, I've never run into that situation because I only stick to literally, I can count on one hand how many people I work with, as far as engineers and producers and stuff like that. And for that same
Have you
reason,
ever been put in that situation?
no, no.
No.
Thankfully, I just know it happens.
yo,
And like with men in
never put herself out there like that. What if she did, yo?
These are the questions I have to ask.
All right, that's
Have you
fine,
ever
that's
been put
fine.
in that situation
All
where
right, that's fine.
it's a man who's working on your work,
No, it's all
who's
good.
doing
It's all
things that
good.
you don't know how to do to perfect your
Yeah.
your craft,
Yeah.
and then he's like, hey, I fuck with you. but hey, can we do something on the side? Can we go on a date or something?
Yeah, put that little voice. Can we do something on the side?
Right, right.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah, no, like I said, thankfully I've never been in a in a scary situation like that.
Yeah.
But if I were, I definitely know how to get myself out of it. And, just hey, it is what it is, I'm gone.
So then, okay, all right. Then, so what does this? What does somebody respond to then? Does it always have to be your choice, or can a man, um, being himself, kind of get you to start liking him?
For me, I feel like it always has to be my choice because for
Okay.
me it's like anyone can attempt, right? But if I just don't like someone like that, that's just it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give the time of day to the person I feel like giving the time of day to.
All right, look, I have a question since we're on this topic right now.
Uh-huh.
My question to you is how do you feel about the way the dating world is with like social media, you know,
Yeah.
and the way men perceive women right now, and then how women perceive themselves nowadays. Because I know women, you guys are on this boss level mentality
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely.
You don't need a man. You're treating men like, hey, I don't need you. Like I can get my
Right.
money, I can get
Right.
my own things without you. The
Yeah.
fact that I allow you to be here with me is because you bring something that I can't bring.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What do you bring to the table that makes men go, like, damn, like she's worth it. Not because of the fact that she's pretty, but because she can bring something to my life.
Right.
What do you feel like you can bring to the table to a dude's life other than just fashion and your looks?
Yeah, I feel like I can bring so much because I am independent. I definitely don't need a man for anything. I don't, need a man to take care of me financially or anything like that. For me, I'm more of a person of, like building with
Mm.
someone and just motivating and inspiring and more so of that type of stuff, stuff that money can't buy pretty much.
Yeah, like that, just that self motivation. Like, hey, look, I've done it. There's
Right,
nothing
right,
keeping you
right.
from doing it. I can be that voice in your ear telling you, hey, keep going,
Exactly,
keep going, keep going.
exactly.
You got
Yeah.
this.
Well, I feel like that's how any relationship should be, and friendships too. You know what I'm saying? I feel like they both kind of go hand in hand. Like, even in friendships, like for me, I'm just more of the type never expect anything from anybody. One thing that's irreplaceable that you can add to anyone's life is just be a genuine person and be there. You know what I'm saying?
Be yourself.
Absolutely.
Be yourself
Exactly.
more than everything.
Exactly.
Like as
Yeah.
long as you're yourself, chicks dig it.
Right.
Don't
Like
don't
girls
Exactly.
like
don't
it.
sugarcoat shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That part.
Don't
Yeah.
give people what they need to hear. Give them what they don't need to hear, what they don't want to
Exactly.
hear.
And that is different in today's society, which is crazy because, for me that's a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? Like, or at least it should be, but to a lot of people it isn't. So it's crazy.
All right. So maybe getting away from bashing men. What's
We're
the?
not bashed.
We kind of are
we-
though.
are
Like yo,
we?
we
Are
don't
we
need you
bashing?
guys. Like yo.
No,
Come
well, I mean,
on, we're
Women
great.
are
that,
gonna
that's
bash,
just
and
We
then
good, we
there's gonna be
good.
some bashing.
We could be good.
right.
We could be
No,
good.
Some
I feel
bashing.
I feel like that's just a general thing though, because
Yeah.
I feel like
Men get a
same
bad
thing
rap
for
though.
men.
Men get a really
We
bad
do.
rap.
We
Yeah, it's
really
fucked
do.
up.
It's like if your life is fucked up and you carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, you deal with it. That's your problem.
Yeah.
Deal with it. Bottle it up. Figure it out. Don't blow up on people because that's fucked
I
up.
I feel for you guys though because of course I'm always on my woman empowerment, but it's like I also believe men's mental health is a huge thing.
It
Yo, that's
is.
a fact,
sure.
Men's
bro.
mental
Yeah.
health gets so overshadowed,
Yeah.
you
For
know?
sure, because I feel like you guys are told to be these macho men and no emotions and be strong all the time and have it all
That's what I'm
figured
trying
out.
to get on. It's like,
That shit does not
let's say
exist.
necessarily your girl's unhappy.
Right.
She's unhappy. Her life is fucked up. Her family life is fucked up. Her work life is fucked up. But her escape from all of that is you.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're her escape, just like she is your escape. But if you're unhappy, you're going through shit, you bottle that up, you worry about it, you shoulder it, you take it with you wherever you go until you get to a point where you're cool
Right.
with it, you know? But if your girl's unhappy, she's bored, or she's financially unstable, or just whatever
Yeah.
she's going through,
Hmm.
that's not just her problem. That's your problem too, as her
Right.
man, you know?
But in my opinion, and circling back a little bit to what we were saying, and we could be done with that conversation, is you should never expect anything from anybody. Like
Yeah,
people's
absolutely not.
happiness is not up to
It's
you.
not your
That has
obligation.
exactly, like everyone needs to be happy on their own. So in regards to friendships and relationships, all you should be is an addition to that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like
Feel
that's
that,
just what it
Nick?
should
Addition
be.
and a subtraction. It's super simple.
Right.
And you know it's crazy because like we're talking about like nowadays, right? So
Mhm.
nowadays, women on their boss shit,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
trying to be more independent and stuff like that. And but now you see men tapping into the emotion, tapping into the mental health, like all the shit that we ignored before. Like nah, like you gotta kind of bring it up and kind of deal with these type of things because it's gonna kill you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like man, like I don't know about you, bro, but like I hold shit in, like I explode. You know, a few months down, I'm fucking bottling, crying, and
Done.
hey, that's just hard, bro.
Yeah.
I'm done with that. Yo,
Done.
you know it's tough. You know it's tough out there.
It is.
What's the protocol for answering DMs? That's something I want to know.
I don't.
Really,
That's
none,
the
none
protocol.
of
I
That's the
don't.
protocol. No
I
response
don't.
is a response.
I don't. I don't. To be honest, I don't care to.
Mm.
Um, you know, like obviously, like I'll kind of skim through a little bit and like obviously respond to like my friends and family who are like commenting on something I posted or whatever. Right, but other than that, I won't give any attention to anything other than the support.
So damn, so there's no way for a man to message you and get across to you.
No.
What? That's
No.
crazy.
Gotta meet you
Nope.
at a coffee
Yo.
shop or something. You
I know.
know?
Right.
You gotta put
In
me
Yeah.
in
person.
Walmart or some shit
Yep,
like that.
yep.
When
Yeah.
you getting your hair products.
Man, just pull up
Exactly.
Like, yo, I seen you across the room. You know? Like,
Yeah, no, no, no.
Jesus Christ, Nick. You're single, correct?
Single Pringle. Single
Okay.
with no reason to mingle.
What's
Yes.
your approach in the DM?
My approach in the DM.
Yeah, do you slide in girls' DMs?
Honestly, no. I don't.
You
I
a
don't.
liar.
No, for real.
I don't like that.
You don't like that.
You
I'm
don't
giving.
slide in DMs
I don't do it anymore.
anymore.
I'm
All
a
right,
ch-
then.
I'm
All right,
a
so let's
changed man.
let's get into the mindset which
I'm
when
a
you were.
changed man.
It's just like, personally, man, like the women that I talk to and stuff, like everybody for some reason comes to me for advice, whether it be relationship advice, life advice, or just advice in general. And I'm like, why are you coming to the dude who's single for relationship advice?
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't make sense to me from your perspective. But they come to me regardless, you know, because I give them real shit. You know, like I'm not necessarily looking for anything right now. You know, I don't have any sort of like bullet points that I'm trying to hit.
Yeah.
You know, I have standards obviously, but it's like I'm not really necessarily looking for anything
I feel
at
that.
the moment.
Same.
You know, because I've put in so much effort with people throughout the years that it's like I've put in so much effort and been the person staying continuously asking if you're okay. Are you good? Are you okay? But I never get those questions asked towards me. You know, and my perspective is who saves the one who saves everyone.
That part.
You know? And it's
Yep.
like, why am I finna jump in the water and swim out into the ocean and save those who are drowning? And at the same time, they're just gonna grab onto me and drown me and put my head under the water.
Exactly.
You know? At certain points, you have to look at the situation and go, that person has to drown. Because
Right.
if I jump into the water to save them, I'm gonna die. They're gonna die. Multiple people are gonna die, and you know it's just gonna be a disastrous situation.
Yeah.
You know, you have to take a step back.
See, it's funny how you
feel
said
it.
like people coming to you for advice. I always hate when you give relationship advice.
That's just you. You are biased as a motherfucker.
No, I'm not.
You have
no
idea
no.
how many other niggas are coming to me and
I
asking me
would
for
never
advice.
come to you. I just feel like that analogy we said, like, privately, we said, you're like a mechanic that's never even touched a car. It's like, why would I come to you?
Wait. No.
Why?
The analogy that I made is would you trust someone who's had a father who worked on cars their whole life and they taught their son every day how to work on cars, you know? But I have no certificates on paper. I have nothing from schools or anything. But my dad was a beautiful mechanic and he taught me everything he knew. If you gave me a car to fix, I can fix it. But on paper, I have nothing to put on my resume, you know? Jobs don't want me, you know?
Yeah.
But if a random person needed help and I fixed their car, aren't I useful?
No, no, hold on, hold on,
Absolutely,
hold on,
yeah.
hold on. My bad, somebody. Hold up. Without okay, taking away the spice, that sounded good. But in all actuality, you got a bunch of knowledge, but never actually touched a car.
Yeah, but I applied the knowledge that was given to me to fix your car. That's what I'm
But
that's
you've
the
never
argument.
touched a car.
But I got it done.
No,
That's the
but like
argument.
I'm saying though, like before it gets to you fixing it, right? You've never actually touched a car. So that for me, your perspective, like I not to be rude, but like every time you speak to me like about relationships or like other people's relationship, it's coming from like a naive perspective. Kind of like you never been at war. You're not a veteran. You never been on the front line. How can you speak on it? How can you give it advice?
Okay, it's the same thing as someone who builds guns, you know? You build a gun, you know how it works and it operates,
And
but
they
you
say
necessarily don't kill people
Never
with it.
shot a gun in your motherfucking life.
I shoot guns all the time. What the
Shoot
fuck?
guns all the time.
and they
you
say
build-
women fight with each other. Damn.
I
No,
know
we
like,
have-
we're in a whole debate argument that
always-
you're not even
Right.
a part of. That's like
always
from
fight
weeks
about it.
ago.
Right.
You're
Fight
just
about
here
it.
to be here. Like, come
No,
on.
okay.
Let her
then.
be involved.
So, okay, Samari, can you take relationship advice from a single girlfriend?
I think it depends. I feel like I could if there's some wisdom behind it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If there's some wisdom, absolutely. Why not? You know what I'm saying? If it makes sense to me, sure.
Because I always feel like a single friend will always tell you you gotta let that go. You gotta walk away from it, separate yourself. But damn, when you're going through it though, it's like I
But
don't
I
want to let
think-
that go. Like
yeah, but I think,
I'm just venting. I'm
no,
venting.
but the thing is, like, to that defense is because not we or they may be the person on the outside looking in. So the person that's involved is never going to see it the way an outsider sees it. We're not gonna have that mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I just feel like when you're going through it and you're just trying to hold on to that person, sometimes just the venting, just getting it out, getting all the negativity out, you look at the other stuff like the good stuff, and you end up going right back. You know what I'm saying? Like you go right back to it, to the love. You know what I'm saying? The good stuff.
I don't know what the fuck you saying.
I'm saying.
I don't know what you saying, nigga.
It doesn't always happen that way, but
That's true.
no.
That's true. Right.
No.
yeah.
That was just my point. I just feel like when Nick or a single friend will tell you like, oh no, you gotta let that go. Damn, how can you say let it go when you never actually been in this position? It's so easy to be like, oh, you're dumb. You're holding on to that person like that person's toxic. That person's this. It's like, damn, like,
But
have
at
you
the
ever
s-
been through it though?
At
Like,
the
you
same
know.
at the same time, someone who's been through all of that bullshit, they're gonna have a warped perception than someone who's been through not as many predicaments as them. You know? So the fact that you have this untainted perspective, you know, you're just like, well, hey, look, I haven't been done dirty by anybody. You know, this is how I've lived my life. These are the relationships that I've been in. And this is how it's worked out for me. I can only give you my perspective that I've been through, you know? And there's a reason that you're asking that person because you want to know.
Yeah, and I
know?
feel like okay, besides the shit that I'm saying, like, I think sometimes the voice of reason, right? Like, someone to pull you out of it, like, hey, snap out of it. Like, you're going through a whole
Right.
bunch of shit. Let that person go, you know? Like, all right, yeah, I can
Because they
see
have
that.
that person is a friend and they have your interest.
Your
You
interest,
know, they
yeah.
don't care about the person you're dating. They care
Yeah.
about your interests.
Absolutely,
You know?
yeah.
Okay, I
They're like, hey,
that.
take a step back and see it from my perspective. You're getting fucked over, you know?
Yeah.
Samari, have you ever dealt with a toxic relationship?
I don't want to say toxic. I would just say not the right relationships.
Wasn't meant to be.
Obviously, yeah.
What made it not right? What are the qualities? What are the red flags? in a
Just didn't work
situation?
out.
Okay, okay,
As simple as that. Just differences.
okay. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I mean, I'm about to change the subject.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'm about to
Switch,
change the
change it
subject.
up.
Go ahead,
Look,
please.
we have been talking about calls and stuff. I remember you saying Morty wanted to take a call. I mean, why are we not calling this boy right
Let's
now?
do it. Let's do it.
You know, catch him slipping right now. He could
Let's
be
call
driving home from
Arlo.
work or whatever.
Arlo, yeah, man. Get it right, man. Respect the man's name, man.
Morty? What am I doing
Arlo.
wrong?
His name's Arlo. Call him up.
I don't know your phone.
Let me see. Let me see.
Call the little bro Arlo
Oh shit.
one time.
Look, you gonna have to get physical in this video, bro. You gonna have to stand up and everything. I'm sorry, bro. Like that's what they gave me. That's the name they gave me, man.
I'm gonna tell you disrespecting too.
I mean, at least I can apologize in real time. You know? Like
Right.
I made a mistake during the video, and I get to apologize during the video.
Exactly,
So if
exactly.
he can accept my apology,
Let's see if
there's
this man
nothing more I can
answers.
do, you know?
I'm very ashamed, somebody, because no, I'll tell you later. Very ashamed. Very ashamed of the last
Yo,
episode.
what the fuck is this show that we're watching right now? I feel like what is this?
Hello?
I keep kind of glancing at it.
Yo,
Yo,
Arlo, this is the No Muzzle Podcast, Corner Talk TV, man. You're live on there. How you doing,
What's
sir?
good, Arlo?
I am.
I'm gonna be straight up with you. Nick disrespected you already.
Oh my fucking
He calling
God,
you
Wait,
by a
what's going
name
on?
that's not yours anymore, bro.
What happened?
I said Nick disrespected your name already, bro. He not calling
No
you Arlo.
way.
Yeah, man.
He
Damn.
called you Morty.
Yeah, we don't even speak that
Well,
name no more.
this is what I'm gonna say. The OGs will always know Morty, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alright, what's
Finally,
up?
somebody
How's
in
it
my
going?
fucking corner.
Yo, what's going
How's
on,
it going?
Arlo? We got Samari in the building. This is a
What's
women.
up, somebody?
This is a
What's
women
good?
empowerment episode today. Okay, so we're bigging up women and all that's great about them and bashing men.
They had a
man.
whole debate.
Fuck men.
I would call that half a
Oh,
debate.
whoa! I feel attacked.
Tell me,
Not yet, my nigga.
what are the positives of dealing with a woman?
The positives.
Yeah.
Because of course the negatives are gonna come after.
I feel like when you find your woman, you know, they'll always push you to your limit, but it's because they're bringing out the version of you that you never saw, you know. And it could be annoying, but they're actually bringing out the best you, if it's the right woman, you know. But there's always, you know, toxic shit, you know. But at the end of the day, if you find your right woman, then they'll bring out the best of you.
Okay.
Okay, you're saying what a woman does is pull the best out of you. That's like the positive of it, right?
Yes.
So what's the negative? What's
Oh,
the bad part of dealing with a woman?
Oh God, you just
there could be a lot of negative,
Yeah.
bro.
Setting you guys up.
he's about to talk about that voicemail he put on his song.
Women empowerment just flew out the window right now.
Oh wow.
No, there could be a lot of negatives. You know, there's always positive and negatives to dealing with a woman, you know, or a relationship at that point. But you can't be caught up in the negatives because then that just ends up being a negative, you know? It becomes
Okay.
toxic and toxicity is just not good.
All right,
So-
way to get out of that one. Good job, bro.
Right.
I got another question, Morty. I
That
mean,
nigga like a
Arlo.
snake. He slithered the
Damn.
fuck out.
I know he
of
got
that
away from that little tap
Media
dance.
9
training.
points to Slytherin, nigga. Damn.
Arlo,
What's up?
how do you slide in DMs?
How do I slide in DMs?
Yeah.
I don't slide with no hard eyes, that's for sure.
So what does Arlo do?
All right, so you know how like girls they be posting like selfies in like in the mirror, like and then you see that stuff in the background, right? Like say there's a painting or like the sheets, the bed sheets are fucking weird and unique, you know? You'd be like, hey, what's that in the background though, you know? Like you don't give her the attention. You give the things in the background attention, you know?
He's cold with it.
You know, that's like a straight up conversation starter. Like, oh, what's the painting right there? Oh, you know?
Okay. Does Arlo receive DMs from women?
Ooh, I can't say that.
Yeah, please don't.
He said I'm a private person.
Yeah. Yo, Arlo,
I am
man,
pretty private.
I appreciate you for answering, man. Shout out to all the women in the world, man. Give it up.
Hey, for real. Sh- Shout out to the women. Hope y'all have a good night.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm
IMF.
sorry. Before you leave, say something nice about
Oh, oh.
somebody.
Say
Say what?
something nice about her. Put this nigga on the
Say something
spot.
nice about somebody.
Oh man.
Samari?
Yeah.
Oh, she's very supportive. She's a good support system. She believes in you, you know? Um, but she's very trustworthy as well. Like she hopped on one of my songs. She did a music video, and she didn't ask for anything in return. But just know that, like, I trust her so much, and I support her. And yeah, hopefully we make more music. If not music, then music videos or something. You know?
For sure, Skits. I appreciate you so much for those kind words.
All right,
No, I
Arlo, man.
appreciate
We're gonna
you.
let you go,
I
man.
appreciate
No muzzle
No Muzzle
podcast, man.
podcast.
Yeah, it's a fact, bro.
That was beautiful, man. Thank you for your support and thank you for giving us the opportunity to call you.
He hung up
You
on
s-
us.
Yo, you were
Wow.
dragging it, bro.
Dragging it. I just started. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I literally just started.
Oh
Yeah, that was
man.
so
Shout
funny,
out to
man.
little bro Arlo.
Oh my God. You rusher. I can't believe you.
Yo, somebody, you got any friends you want to call up?
Yes, let's do
God.
it.
Oh, she has a
Let's
list.
do
Let's
it.
go. I'm so excited right now.
Let's do it.
Arlo, I love you, man. When you watch this, just know I had more for you.
Let me see.
Eddie cut us short, man. Eddie cut us short.
I think it could.
Bitch ass bitch.
No, he just hung up on you.
Yeah.
Oh, he hung up.
Okay.
No,
Damn,
no.
I thought it was
You're gonna answer. You're gonna answer. Okay. Bitch ass bitch. We're not saying the B word this episode.
Hello?
This is equality.
Alexis.
Hi.
Hey, it's Samari.
How's it going, girl?
Good, good, good. So we're on the podcast right now.
Oh, sick.
Hey Alexis, this is the No Muzzle Podcast, Corner Talk TV. My name's Eddie. Okay.
And this is that one nigga, Nick.
How are you today?
Bruh. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. So today's episode, we're empowering women today. Okay, it's all about you guys. You guys are great. You know, it's beautiful, right?
I
So
love that.
yeah. So, is it hard being a woman in modern day society?
Speak on it, girl.
Is it hard? That's a broad question.
Don't you lie. Don't you lie now.
Like like the perceptions and like the judgment that women get. Do you feel like you got to live up to these type of things, or do you feel like being a woman is more of like a free spirited type of thing, like whatever?
I just feel like there are
Whatever you wanna
standards
be
in
at.
place. There are bullet points that you have to hit, you know?
Yeah. So I was talking to my my homie about this like yesterday or the day before about he was like, "Do you feel comfortable like in a room full of men? Like do you feel like they're trying to get at you, or do you feel like I don't know, something like that." And I think it depends on the situation, on the person. Like I feel like there's different types of energy, and like if you're in your super feminine energy and you're like a very girly girl, like I feel like sometimes that's a vulnerable position to be in because you feel like people are trying to get with you or are trying to come at you or are taking you for like a soft person. But like the
Exactly.
person that I kind of am, like I have a little bit more of a tomboy vibe, and like I get along with the guys, so I feel like I'm never super uncomfortable. But if I was to wear something super different, like I don't know, just situations like that, where there's a different energy towards different things.
Right.
Just yeah, it can be hard at times, but it can also be cool. Like being a woman could be a balance of energy in a room full of men, or
Okay,
stuff like that.
I like that.
Yeah, I can
So,
understand.
Alexis, what's the protocol for answering DMs?
Answering DMs from
I'm
men.
interested. Yeah.
I
Or in
personally
general,
like
it don't gotta
okay,
be man.
this
I don't care.
this is kind of bad, but I honestly llove the attention. Like I like
Okay,
I like
there you go.
I
There you
like
go.
when
She
people
said
DM
it.
me say I like when people tell
All
me I'm
right.
pretty and like etc. I'm like, okay, thank
And
you.
she's like,
I
yes.
appreciate
like
I
it.
appreciate you being honest like that. That's what's up. So, okay, do you answer every DM or how does that work?
It depends. Like honestly, like yeah, like most of them I do,
You
unless
out
you're
here
like
working
being
with your mama gave you.
She
Yo,
said
don't say
yes.
unless you're being like
that.
disrespectful or rude, like chill out. But like for the most part, it's not even that. I'm just like, okay, like why wouldn't I accept a compliment? You know?
Okay, okay.
Alexis is very talented and beautiful, so of course she's going to get a lot of that
Aw.
for sure.
Oh, okay,
You
Just
okay.
too,
throwing
my
that out
girl.
I
there.
can
She's
respect that. The women love the compassionate, I love it,
no, well, she
Why
has a
why tear each
beautiful
other down?
voice. She's a musician,
Oh, she's a
so
musician.
yes, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, Alexis,
Can we
well,
get your
we gotta
stage
get you
name,
down here.
please?
Yeah,
Can
we
we
gotta
get-
get you
Yeah.
down.
Can we get your
here.
name that you use on stage and your moniker, please?
That what?
Your moniker, your stage name. What do you use?
Oh,
How can people find you?
Alexis Brooke.
Okay, that's dope.
What genre?
A lot of R&B.
Oh my
Yeah,
God!
she does R and
That's my
B.
bag, yo. Like, I
She's
love
dabbling
That baby
into.
making music.
Right.
Yo, hey, chill,
No,
man.
she does R&B.
Yeah, talking to the nigga with
Talking
two
about my
kids.
life. Yeah, yeah. Before you go, say something nice about somebody.
Say something
I was
nice.
just gonna say,
Obligation.
Samari, I was talking to Keys about you the other day about how we need to work on a Spanish track because we've been talking about it, and she makes really dope
Absolutely.
music too, like good Spanish music. And I'm not as
Thank
I'm
you.
not fluent like she is, so I know we talked about a while ago working together. So
Absolutely. You know I got you.
yes,
I
I've been
got
dying
you
to
for
do
sure.
that with her too. She also we had a conversation on the phone a while ago, and we talked for like an hour, and she was just like a cool ass human being, like
Yes, thank
cool
you so
person,
much.
Look,
down to earth person.
my last question to you, as a female artist working with another female artist, do you think it's very easy? It's cohesive? Do you feel like you lucked out working with her? Do you feel like you'd have that same opportunity working with another female artist, or would there be any animosity in the air?
I think that I can't say I have too much experience with it. She'd probably be one of the first females I've worked with because it like music is super male dominated, like
Mm.
production wise, engineer wise. So like, and I don't collab with a ton of people, so I haven't worked with a lot of females. But if it's somebody you're collabing with and you want to collab with, I feel like that chemistry is already there. So I don't think it'd be a problem. But yeah,
Preferably,
of
if you
course I'd be
had
blessed with her. She's dope.
if you had the
Thank you, thank you.
opportunity to work with more men or more women, which one would you choose? If the men were at the same level as
Honestly,
the
dude,
women.
I'm gonna still stick with men. I'm gonna still stick with men probably.
Okay.
Like
Yo, there
I
you
do
go.
want to see more
There
women
you
come up.
go. Women empowerment,
That's
the men here. That's what's up.
I feel like men are just easy to get along with, but I definitely do want to see more women in the engineer, in the producer field, in the photography field, like
Absolutely.
it's very
So if
much
you had the
males.
opportunity to choose between a male engineer and a female engineer, and they both had the same skill set, you as a
Hmm.
woman, you choose the female engineer over the male just because you want more in common with the female,
Mm,
or would you
No,
choose the
I'd
male?
probably still choose the guy.
Why is
okay.
that? Why is that?
The dynamic, I think.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Well, Alexis Brooke, I appreciate you for answering the phone. We're gonna get you down here. I'm putting it
Yes,
out there and
yes.
get you committed, but we'll be reaching out, man. I'm very into the art.
Yeah, please do. I
I'm
want to
very
hear
much
send me
into
the
the yeah.
podcast too. I would like to see it.
Yeah, I'm super into the R&B, so I need to get you down here. All right, appreciate you.
For
Okay, you
sure.
have a good night.
All right,
Thank
you
you,
too. Bye bye.
Alexis. We will definitely work
Absolutely. Thank
soon.
you for your time.
Got one more, somebody?
Let me see. Shout out Alexis Brooke though.
Shout out to Alexis Brooke. She was great.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she was really
And
dope.
shout out Keys, who is both of our producers and close friend as well. See, the thing is, a lot of female friends are in the East Coast,
Mm.
so
She's from the East Coast too? No, right?
no, but she actually lives in Seattle, so she's not
Get it
currently
down here.
here.
She's never gonna come
When
to the
she's
show.
in town, she will for sure, though,
Alright,
be interested in stopping by.
I'll go to Seattle. Hey, my birthday's November, bro. I'm trying to go somewhere.
he
I'm
said
gonna
let's
do a
he
single
said let's
interview.
make it a trip.
Yes, fine.
Shit, I'll go to Seattle for the fucking interview for my birthday. Why not?
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
really
That
want to
is
stay with it.
hilarious. Yeah, the friend that I wanted to bring on, she is late in the
It's
East
late.
Coast.
It's
Yeah,
all good.
We passed the evening time.
Yeah, yeah.
we
Samari,
did, we
Samari.
did. Yes,
What's
yes.
next? What's going on? What's on the calendar?
So much right now. As I mentioned earlier, just focusing on the acting. Doing the stuff that I'm doing within the music industry, and yeah,
Is there a
just
specific
that.
project that you're working on
Yeah.
right now in the acting, or are you just like taking classes?
Currently, no. Yes, taking classes.
So what's the
Sending out
subject?
auditions and all of that.
What's something that you're working on right now that you're not too familiar with in the acting category? You know, what's something that's challenging for you that you're working on right now with others?
I wouldn't say that I'm not familiar with, but that's challenging is the vulnerability that I was talking
The
about. The
vulnerability. So
whole
just showing
crying.
vulnerability,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The whole like
crying,
crying and
losing a
like
family
those,
member,
yeah, like those types of
just showing
dark scenes. Like
pain.
like how Viola Davis, she cries.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
She's
Like,
great.
yeah, she, amazing,
I've
amazing.
been
I
meaning to
love
watch
her.
that show, How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah,
The
that's a good
acting
show.
is
I heard about that.
phenomenal
I
in
gotta
it.
check that out.
It's really good.
So, before we leave, let me get into why I'm ashamed. Right. Last episode with Frank Nine, we said the B word 1,000 times.
Uh-oh.
How do you feel about that? Yo, I don't know. Me personally, I just felt like, damn, we said it too much. Like, I feel like we shouldn't have, we
Personally,
shouldn't have rang out so many B words, but that's just my opinion.
personally, I'm a man.
You
You're
are.
a woman. I shouldn't have to alter my characteristics to make you feel better. If I'm here with a man and we're having an interview, we gonna say bitch. We gonna say the C word. We gonna express ourselves how we express ourselves.
Right.
But at all times, I show you a female respect when we have our interview. You know,
Yeah.
but if you do your research on the podcast and stuff, we have interviews with men. We have interviews with men with different perspectives. You know, we don't alter our perspective for anybody.
Right.
We talk to men. We talk to young men. We talk to young women. We talk to older women if we get the opportunity.
Right.
We're not going to alter the way we talk. At least I'm not. I'm not going to alter the way I talk and the things that I say to express myself on the topics that we discuss.
Right.
Because I'm here for the realism. I'm here for the communication between two different people from different backgrounds doing two different things.
Right.
You know, why am I sugarcoating things? Why am I taking a step back and, watering myself down for the sake of my audience to get more people? Not everything is meant for everybody.
Right.
And if my interview, my podcast I do with my friend, with my interviewers is not for you, then by all means hit the back button and find another thing to listen to. That's all in your prerogative. If you want to listen to us, you can do so. If not, then why are you sitting here listening to something that's going to hurt your feelings?
Yeah. I think it just depends how it's used as well. Obviously, if it's used in an offensive way, then obviously,
I mean, I feel like we're personally doing things positively. We're not trying to offend anyone. We're not trying to alter egos.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we do live in a generation where it's sensitive. You know what I'm
everybody
saying? And
wants
you can't
to be
say
heard.
anything.
Everybody
what I'm
wants to
saying?
be heard right now,
Right.
here at this
Absolutely.
specific moment, anywhere, anytime, anywhere. And being that available, it allows so many things to transpire.
Right.
My opinion matters more than this person's opinion because I'm dealing with this situation, and they may not deal with the same situation as me, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
We're given social media to be able to talk about the things that we go through on a daily basis, to be able to combat the situations, the social injustices that happen in front of us, or may not happen in front of us. We're able to give an opinion and a perspective. But I feel like a lot of people get lost in, the sauce, I guess,
Absolutely. Yeah.
They think like, oh, this is happening to me, or this is happening to my specific, generation, or my specific skin tone. And it's like, no, it's just happening to people.
Right.
Realize that you're a person and these things happen to everybody.
Right.
Give people the opportunity to speak on the injustices that are happening. And that's as
Absolutely.
much as we can do right now. It's just speak on the injustices so people know that they're not alone in the
Right.
sacrifices that they're making socially and out there in the streets and shit like that.
Right. Right. Right.
Bottom line, women empowerment episode came because I feel like we bashed women for the last 2 episodes. So
We did.
sort of,
We
we
kinda
did. Gotta own that one.
But we kind of didn't. But
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing for anything.
Right.
This is a free space. This is freedom of speech. That's what everybody
I mean,
all
for-
around
Yeah.
the world
For
wants.
me personally, it's like a respecting. Like, if I wouldn't say it to a woman's face, why I wouldn't want to say it like behind their back. You know what I'm saying?
But at the same
Fair
time, we're
enough.
not,
Fuck that,
we're
you know,
not
like, nah, that's
necessarily
fucked
saying
up.
it
I respect
behind-
that. Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
not necessarily saying it behind women's back. We don't have to be in front of you for it to be discussed. We have a podcast. Women, men, children, elderly, whoever the fuck wants to could click on our video and listen to the topics at hand. There's no specific demographic that we're talking to.
Right.
We're talking to everybody. We're generalizing it. So as long as the conversation is being had, I feel that's enough. Because most people wouldn't even have the conversation. They have it with their friends alone by themselves. But the fact that we're putting it out there on the internet
Right.
for
Right.
people to discuss and have, a thought process, whether it be in the comment section or with their own friends or family, or they're just their friends or their coworkers or whatever. We're not backing away from the issues. We're talking about them, we're confronting them, and we're also asking, say we're men who own this podcast, we're talking to women about, different subjects, and we're allowing you to have a space to be able to say, hey, this is how we feel about the shit that you're talking about.
Right.
Everybody's just discussing things.
Yeah.
This is just all about discussion. It's a platform for you as an artist to be able to stand up and say, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do. And this is the process that I, use to make my music.
Right.
But also, beyond the music, we talk about, everyday subjects.
Right.
And there's
Yeah.
no bias.
Yeah.
There's no men are right, women are right. We're just talking.
Yeah. Well, it's everyone's opinion, and I mean, everyone's opinion should be respected. Again, for me, I don't take anything to an offense unless it's meant to. Right.
This is offensive. Yeah.
Exactly.
Then
So
we can have a debate about that.
we did a
We're
successful
not
job.
arguing, we're debating. I wanna hear your side.
Exactly.
We did a successful job. We officially had a woman empowerment episode, and we
Let's
bigged up women the
go.
whole time. Can't fuck with that. Yo, man, it's the No Muzzle podcast.
Personally, before we end it,
Yeah.
this being dedicated to women,
Yeah.
I just, as a man, I felt like we pandered a little bit to you guys. We pandered a little bit. We
Yeah.
tried to bring you guys back to our side.
You
We're
did,
trying to
you
lure-
trying to
did,
lure the
you
women back
did.
in, yo.
I don't want sides. There shouldn't be men's side. There shouldn't be women's side. It should just be
Yeah.
people conversating on topics
Absolutely.
and getting to a new level of understanding.
Absolutely. It's like kind of like what Alexis said, because I'm a lot like her in the sense that I have few women who I'm super close to, but I can have a lot of male friends because I'm obviously very super respectful, in general and all of that, but I do seem to get along a bit more and I'm able to have better conversation with men than women because I know this is a woman empowerment and I love, my women and my female friends, but the reality is that a lot of people are catty. You know what I'm saying?
They want your
And-
position or they want to
Right.
be argumentative.
Exactly.
The thing is that's also goes for men. Men can be very catty.
Yeah,
because
men
they're
can
Oh,
be very
absolutely,
argumentative.
yeah.
As a black man,
Right.
personally, as a black man, when I walk into a room and I look around and I see one other black man in the room,
He's like, it's competition.
no. It's not even that there's competition. It's like a thing where me and the other black person know. We look at each other and we give each other a nod of a like, "Hey, I see you." It's just me and you in here.
Right,
You
right,
know?
right, right.
It's us against them now.
Yeah.
know?
Are you serious?
No,
that's
I-
really
I've
that-
had-
that's
bro,
really like the mental state.
Look. Imagine me walking into a doctor's office, a waiting room. I'm walking in. I'm signing my name down. There's a bunch of white people, Hispanic people, Muslim people, whatever. Everybody's there for their ailments. There's one black guy in the room. I'll look at that black guy, he'll see me, and we'll both give each other a head nod. It's unspoken.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's not something that needs to be talked about or acknowledged,
Right.
but we notice each other and we go, all right, there's two of us now.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
That's
We're
so
not
funny.
alone.
That's funny.
we're not
Yeah.
alone. It's just this unspoken
Yeah.
thing.
Right.
Man, this is the No Muzzle podcast, the Corn Talk TV.
Yes,
My
yes,
name's
yes.
Eddie,
And I just so happen to be that one nigga that everybody knows, Nick. Yeah.
and
Samari. Before I go, just want to give a quick shout out to all the women. My sister Crystal, Skin by Crystal, follow her. She's an amazing esthetician. So go get your facials, book with her. You know, my cousin Lorena, LEM Photography. She's amazing at what she does as well. She works with her husband, LEM Films. So go ahead and follow them.
yo, man.
Absolutely. Shouts out. You got to put the family
Yes,
up. You
yes,
got to
yes.
get the
Yeah,
family
yeah.
And
out
my
there.
mother, who just started his business, her business with crepes, crepas estilo Sinaloa,
Yeah.
bomb Mexican
Hey.
crepes. Let's go.
Getting me
Let's
hungry.
go.
Yeah, I'm hungry as fuck.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, man, this is No Muzzle podcast. This is the podcast you can't fuck with because we that one. Bitch! Yo, you gotta end it like that, yo. Alright, Danny. So as soon as you're done, you gotta finish that.